Today, CTM stock has been down as much as 2% on the day. But what's interesting is that just a few days ago, the stock it's been up nearly 20% on the week. And to be honest, seeing this type of price action is pretty interesting because I started asking myself certain questions. I wanted to know if the market finally is starting to pay attention, if it's starting to pay attention to Castellum CTM or not. And have you, question for you, have you ever noticed how a stock can pull back for a day, but investors are actually more excited than they were a week earlier? Because if you've been following CTM for quite some time, like people on this channel that I know of, and my subscribers in the communities that I'm a part of with Castellum CTM have, you know this conversation isn't really about a 2% day. It's about the bigger trend that may be developing underneath the surface. And that's exactly what we're going to be discussing today. So, again, my name is David with InvestQ. And what happened today is that CTM has pulled back slightly. We don't got a technical chart up, but what we do have is we do have Prophecy AI. Shout out to Claude giving a 1-year bullish projection with a gain of 22% year to date with the price target of $1.03. And currently the current price of the current share price of Castellum CTM is at 84 cents. So it's down just a little under 2% as of right now. And it's almost market close. Right now it's 3:53 p.m. EST. So it's going to close somewhere around this price level. And after a stock runs the way that it does, because if you have been paying attention to Castellum CTM, you would know that we did have a very bullish run. And if you enjoy my content, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you ever need help making better decisions with investing, simply take a look at the first link below to get access to my community and support yourself with like-minded investors and get access to the world's leading AI models, Claude, Gemini, OpenAI, and Grok. Get all of this software for $7 in my community, and my community is free. And if you do know, CTM, it did have quite a surge this week. Because as you do see here, after a very hard roughly a little over 2 months, going all the way down to as low as 48 cents. And then after the Q1 earning report, we did break at this 80-cent level, and then we crashed immediately as it was just a short-term spike to the upside. And then we consolidated in the previous range that we were at in the 60 to 70 cent range. Now we're retesting this level of resistance at the 80 cents mark. And we had a very bullish day, followed by a bearish hammer candle, but we still close at the highs, and then we have another push up. And now, even though that we're having a little bit of sell-off, we still are remaining above the previous level of resistance, which is currently now acting as a level of support, roughly at the 80-cent level. And why shareholders are excited when it comes to the price action going on with Castellum CTM is they have started seeing not just higher, they have been seeing these things, but it's not just the higher prices, higher volume. It's also the fact that there's more institutional attention going on with the stock, because due to the fact that there has not been any recent PR other than the annual shareholder meeting that happened and the earnings report that came out, which caused this very bullish day right here on May 8th. There hasn't been any more PR as of recently. So the fact that this type of price action and testing recent levels of resistance, having it be levels of support at this moment, what that signals is just organic institutional interest and people genuinely believing in the story of CTM, even without any bullish headlines to act as a catalyst for CTM. And people naturally, shareholders, they naturally start getting excited when, because for many investors, it's not about one trading day, unless you're a short-term day trader, which is a completely different story, a different strategy. It's about whether the market is beginning to recognize the progress that the company has been making. And this is where I personally think a lot of people get it wrong. They focus on every single red day, and they focus on what happened in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, long-term investors that are willing to hold for a minimum of 2 years or more are asking a completely different question from the short-term day traders or some of these short-term, you can consider this short-term as well, short-term swing traders. And what this company looks like in 12 months from now, they want to know these questions. They want to know these questions related to what it'll look like in 12 months from now. They want to know what is the revenue going to look like. They want to know what is their acquisitions that they plan to complete is going to look like within the next 8 to 12 months as they plan to do. What do future contracts look like? And that is a completely different mindset from the type of person that simply just looks at the technical analysis of a chart and just takes and just goes long on a position or short on a position. Completely different things. Because Warren Buffett, he famously said that the stock market is a device transferring money from the impatient to the patient, which is why when it comes to Castellum CTM, I do believe in the story long term, and I'm definitely one of those people that isn't just penny flipping the stock. I am looking for big gains, and I am a long term investor, much longer than a 2 year time frame. And Peter Lynch also, he also stated that the real key to making money in the stocks is to not get scared out of them. And I'm most certain that there's been many people after we crashed here, retested 99 cents, and just had falling knife price action all the way down here. There's definitely some people that were long on the stock and had a long-term thesis on the stock, definitely got shaken out. There's some people that sold down here that are feeling bad that we're back up here now. But nevertheless, just make sure you're not one of the investors that gets scared out of a position just because of price action, especially if the thesis for your stock is still intact. So I would like to say, yes, CTM is down just a little bit at about 2% on the day. Right now it's at 1.4% loss on the day. But you have to realize that many investors are looking at the bigger picture instead of a single trading session. I'm going to continue watching management, execution, future catalysts, and contract developments, and just overall business progress, as I do think that this company is going to continue to progress quarter over quarter and year over year. But I'd love to hear from you. What is it that you think about Castellum CTM? Please let me know in the comment section below, as I do appreciate y'all's feedback. But with that being said, guys, stay safe. Keep making good decisions with your portfolios. David with InvestQ out. See you on the next video.